Hello, everyone. It's Mary Weber, Travel Guru Girl and Travel Girls on the Go. I am sending you this presentation because we had a meeting the other day, but technology didn't work for us, and people weren't able to see some of the pictures and the ideas that I had for them. So I'm recording this and sending it out to you so that you can get an idea of what to look for this fall and winter of 2026. And I am going to share my screen. And let's see if I can find it. And here we go. So again, I'm Mary and this is Glenda. Glenda is the lady that does our hosting on the ladies' trips. I had this problem before when I was trying to screen share. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, kind of mentioned that. And all right. Things to know about the trips. Your passport should be good for 6 months past travel. Check your passport to make sure it's not damaged because we've had a problem with that in the past and someone was not allowed to travel because there was damage. You may require visas for different countries that you're traveling to. Currently, the UK and Australia will require an ETA, it's called, and you would apply for that online if you're going there. For Europe, they have postponed their ETIA program until later 2026, but they are going to offer something different, an entry-exit program, which I'll talk about in a second. You should have medical insurance for sure when you're traveling. And I also recommend that you get cancellation insurance because most trips are all non-refundable at various stages of the trip. And I would like to ask you if you could afford to lose the money that you're spending on this trip. And most of us would say, no, we can't. Register with the Canadian government before you leave the country and check and see what shots you may require if you are going to some other countries. If you are going to the United States for more than 30 days, you will require to fill out one of their I-94 forms. And who knows, there might be some other things that you may have to fill out in the future as well. Pickpockets, even cut-proof purses, I would make sure that you have something like that for the ladies in the group. This is the entry Europe entry exit system, and it's a new automated border control system. So instead of getting your passport stamped, they're going to tell you to go to a kiosk. They're going to ask you to get your fingerprints and a photo taken, and away you go. So you don't require a visa yet or anything like that. They're just going to start processing people after October the 12th. So if you're traveling to Europe, you might expect to see that. Expectations for hotels in Europe and rail travel. So summers can be hot, so not all AC is the same as ours here in Canada. Cooler temperatures, many hotels don't have the same kind of heating system as well, so you should keep that in mind. Unless you're in a chain hotel, many rooms will be much, much smaller than what you're used to. And sometimes face cloths will not be supplied. So if you need that for your face, make sure you take some. And group tours, for the most part, will usually put you in the center of most cities so that you have access to the key sites. Most of all, you will get most key sites included with a group tour. So it'll be when you've got free time so that you can explore a little bit more on your own. Some hotels have very small elevators, and some may only have just stairs to climb. Rail travel. So rail travel sounds pretty glamorous, but you have to remember that you have to carry whatever you need to. No one will be helping you with that. So your suitcase should be one that you could lift easily to get up into a train and get down from a train. So just keep that in mind when you're traveling. And sometimes there are rail strikes throughout Europe. They do a one-day strike just because they want to, and that could be in France and Italy most often. For Girls on the Go, we're offering an Eastern Caribbean cruise with Glenda, February 15th to 25th. The price is going up, so if you're thinking of going, you should book now. There's a promo this week for an obstructed balcony, which means you can't see all the way out, but you can see a little bit. It's $35.85 per person sharing. and it is a non-refundable deposit in this case of 274. Full balconies are coming in at a 38.60 per person double, and an inside 33.27 per person double. Great Eastern Caribbean ports, St. Thomas, St. Martin, Tortola, St. Kitts, Antigua. Great winter getaway, 10 days. And of course, you still need to have your air and your one-night hotel as well. AMA Waterways, they are not affiliated with the AMA. This is a cruise company in Europe that does river cruises. This one is the Tulip Time Cruise. I have some group pricing on this particular trip. If you want to see flowers, tulips in Holland during the peak time, it's usually in March and April. Those are really the only times that you are able to see them in full during that time period. So the end of March is probably one of the least expensive times to go. For a solo cabin, if you want it to travel by yourself, it's $57.62 for a window cabin plus your airfare. So really quite a great rate for a river cruise, because river cruises seem to be a little bit more expensive than maybe a group tour. But most things are included. So you have to keep that in mind, that once you've paid for your trip, most of the time you don't have to pay too much extra after that. There are many trip possibilities and ideas to think about, and still available for fall of 2025. Discover Croatia, Slovenia, and the Adriatic coast, September 18th to October 1st. Bestseller for Colette Vacations, $58.99 for a double, or $71.99 for a single plus your air. Or next April, there's really great pricing as well, $54.99 per person sharing, or $64.99 for a single plus your air. It's a very comprehensive land tour of this area, so it would take you to all of the key sites within this area. And most of the locations have 2 night stay, and Dubrovnik actually has 3. So it's really, really nice on a land tour to have more than one night in a location. G Adventures Local Living Amalfi Coast. It is a very scenic part of the world south of Naples, and you would be staying in Agroturismo, which is a farm stay, a working farm. It could be producing lemons or other sorts of things like that. It's a maximum of 16 people, usually around 12. They will match you with a same-sex roommate. And for September 27th to October the 4th, it's $31.59 plus your air. Now, just keep in mind, though, that this is an active holiday more than some of the other tours you might go on. Organized hikes, but also taking you to places like Pompeii, Amalfi Coast. Then we have the option of a Spain long stay, October 2nd to 24th in the Costa del Sol. So this area is very popular. That's the beach area, only 8 kilometers from Malaga. And you would have 2 meals here, breakfast and supper, which is very unusual for a long stay. And it's $2,300 per person, double plus air. So really great if you want to go. It'll still be warm at this time of year. Not hot, but it will be warm. September 28th to October 4th, G Adventures Best of Iceland. So if you're interested in Iceland, G Adventures is a small group company, 12 to 16 people, and it will take you all the way around the island of country of Iceland. And you'll have all the must-sees plus free time to explore as well. So 3,052 per person sharing, and they will match you, or a single is 41.11. Long stay in Italy, October 8th to the 29th. Again, this time of year, it will still be nice in Italy. You'll get 3 nights in Venice, 7 nights in Tuscany, 7 nights in Ischia Island, which is just off the coast of Italy, and 3 nights in Rome. So a big variety and different ways of exploring Italy, and less of a tour. You'll get tours, but it's less. It's more free time on there, a slower pace to be able to really take in these sites here. Exotica is another semi-independent touring company. So you can go to Rome, Venice, and Florence for 9 days, 3 nights in each, October 16th to 26th. They have many different time periods you can go. Wine tasting, guided tours are included, but a fair amount of free time on your own as well. And with air, it's 52.99 per person from Edmonton, but there are also single rates available, which are quite reasonable. Gourmet Tuscany, meaning you're just staying in Montecatani and you will go out on daily excursions in the area. Mostly this is food and wine in this area. And so if you are interested in that, this would be a great trip to go on. Maximum 28 people, 31.89 plus air. Now it's offered, this is near the end of the season for this year, but also offered in 2026 as well. South Africa and Botswana and Victoria Falls is their number one selling tour for Colette. October 2nd to the 16th, 88.99 plus air, or a single is, let's say it's 10,000 plus air. It's a small group of only 19 people. So you will see all the must-sees in the South Africa area, including 8 wildlife safaris and Victoria Falls. You can also go to Dubai ahead of this tour, so a stopover in Dubai and just a wonderful itinerary, very popular. And Colette also has a really great insurance for this trip. Charms of the Mekong. So this is again AMA Waterways, October of 2025. It will be hot and humid in this area. It tends to be hot and humid in Southeast Asia anyways, but this is the least expensive time of year to go there. So 11 nights, October 18th to the 29th, your 7 night cruise, 2 nights in Ho Chi Minh and 2 nights in Siem Reap, which is where Angkor Wat is. Balcony is 68.95 per person plus airfare and based on double, and there is single rates as well. 124 people on board, beer and wine with lunch and dinner, and you can also do the 15-day one as well, which adds on 1 night in Halong Bay and Hanoi as well. So great option if you're looking at Southeast Asia and have it on your list. The Coral Princess Panama Cruise, Vancouver to Fort Lauderdale, October 21st to November 13th, 55.91 per person plus air in a balcony, 23 days with your full transit through the canal. And you can see it's coming all the way down from Vancouver and along the western coast and hitting many ports in Mexico as well as Costa Rica, going to Aruba, going through the transit of the full canal. Vietnam and Cambodia, again, this is a land tour as opposed to the river cruise that I just showed you. $39.99 per person double, or add a $1,235 for solo. And that's Hanoi to Siem Reap plus your air. Minimum of 10, maximum of 20 people, small group. So it's a very extensive land tour, but you will definitely see lots of things included as well in terms of meals. The Nile. So Egypt and the Nile is very popular, along with adding Jordan. So this is actually a land tour that has a very small cruise portion to it. So it's done by Globus, October 25th to November 6th, and that's including your trip to Jordan. So 64.39 double plus air, or 8,000 single plus air. So really comprehensive, and you'll really get a good feel for the whole area. And this is really a blockbuster price on this. It will be offered again, of course, in 2026. Uniworld is another river cruise company, and this is just Egypt and the Nile, November 22nd to December the 3rd. You will, for 78.75 in double in window cabin, of course, 7 nights cruise and 4 nights Cairo. So 12 UNESCO World Heritage Sites on this. A Taste of Egypt with Jordan. This is with Avalon River Cruises, and this is in February. So just so that you could see the differences in pricing as well. It's 14 days with Cairo and also the add-on into Jordan. And so that one is 10,567 plus your airfare. Of course, everything from soup to nuts is in this. And if you're looking at river cruise, then you've got river cruise or you've got the land tour as well to look at. Winter and spring. So Portugal is very popular destination. You can go on a long stay. You can do a guided tour. You can take a train trip. You can do soloish with G Adventures. You can do walking trips, and you can do a river cruise on the Douro. It is pretty good weather all year round, and in the winter time, a lot of the British people go there as their getaway in the winter. The long stays that are offered are October 30th to November the 24th. With air from Edmonton, it's 36.49 per person double. And if you want a single rate, usually it's about another $1,000 to $1,200 added to that. But I can get that for you if you're interested. I've had a number of couples and also single ladies go on this trip. Then in March, if you wanted to go more in the winter, March 5th to the 30th, 41.99 per person double from Edmonton in a studio. Um, uh, you can get it with a pool view or you can just get the garden view. So again, this is marketed only to Canadians and it'll only be Canadians that take over this whole resort area. It's great for seeing different tours, etc. in the area. Spain long stay, March 4th to the 26th. Again, this is on the Costa del Sol. This is land only, 22 nights, 16.99 plus your air. So you're in an apartment and there is a local representative on hand and you're located by the beach, close to the boardwalk, marina, restaurants, etc. And the rep can help you with excursions in the area. Spain long stay, Calella. This is April 25th to May 15th. So getting a little bit warmer, but this is about 60 kilometers north of Barcelona. So quite a bit north of the Costa del Sol that I mentioned earlier. 32.49 per person, double with air from Edmonton. So fantastic deal in your own apartment. Again, marketed only to Canadians, and they have a host on hand to help you with optional tours, that sort of thing. Again, we've had couples and solo women go on this as well. Hiking and cycling all over the world. They have e-bikes, so if you're into that, there is lots of different options with these small group companies, and they will do roommate matches as well. So you can walk in Italy and France. You can do the Camino in Spain, so you can do the short one or you can do the long one. So lots of different options. So if you're interested in that, please contact me and I'll give you more information. National Geographic, G Adventures, Morocco in Depth, 15 days. February 1st to 15th. Many other dates are available. I just picked a date in February. 32.49 double or 48.18 single plus your air. Lots of meals included. Very unique experiences. And because it's National Geographic, they will go more into depth into a lot of the areas as well. So really enjoyable place to go. Maximum 12 people, and they will do a roommate match. Spain and Portugal, if you just wanted to escape in March, you can go to Barcelona, Madrid, Seville, and Lisbon. Great solo rate. These are called escapes, so they only go from November to March of any year because it's low season. And the solo is 28.60 plus your air. Escapes go to many other countries as well. So you can ask me about escapes, but again, they'll only be available from November to March, and that's your low season and your best value, although the weather might not be as warm. But if you know that, then you dress for it. Things to know about Asia. Asia can be very hot and humid. You will require visas for many of the countries. You may require shots. And so you want to make the most of your trip there. So if you're flying that long distance, make sure you take in as much as possible and see as much as you can while you're there because you may never go back. Bali, a long stay in the winter, 20 nights. So 24.85 per person double or 4,300 single plus your air, 20 nights in a deluxe room, 21 meals are offered, and a few excursions as well. A long stay, so if you wanted to stay longer and really get a hang of what Bali is all about, one bedroom apartment with kitchenette, 58.95 per person sharing, plus your air. So again, you have your daily breakfast, and then you have some excursions included, and then you can wander on your own as well. Thailand long stay, exotic tours, winter of 2026. So pick any 24 nights between January and March of 2026, and you'll get 2 nights in Bangkok on arrival. Then you'll have 21 nights in Phuket, and then you'll have one last night in Bangkok on the way home. So again, this is really located on the beach areas. So if you really want that kind of a holiday, this is an excellent place to go. There are long stays in Australia. So on the Sunshine Coast or the Gold Coast, 28 days or 56 nights, I should say, in one-bedroom apartments. So the price will vary on the length of time that you stay and which accommodation that you pick. So it could be anywhere from 32.77 to 5,800 per person land, and then your air on top of that. Discover Australia, January to February 2026 with Air Canada, January 30th to February 14th with air from Edmonton included, 7809 double or 10,259 single with your air. So 13 nights, 4 nights in Cairns, one in Brisbane, 4 nights in Sydney, 4 nights in Melbourne. So the key places that a lot of people want to see in Australia, and including your air, very good value. Some tours are included, and then you do have some free time as well. Other ways that you could see Australia, of course, is a camper van and renting a car. So they'll give you an itinerary, and you'll follow that itinerary in your car or in your camper van. And again, so lots of different options. And also, you can do cruises around or to Australia as well, including New Zealand. So lots of options available there. Solo-ish Vietnam and Cambodia. So with G Adventures, this is solo travelers only. There's no mixture of couples or anything like that. Strictly solo. So they will match you. You can do a 41.69 share, or you can add 549 for your own room for 21 days plus your airfare. So you'll still stay in a bunch of different accommodations, and you'll see lots. So this is a land tour, and beware of the heat and humidity. So all the way up to Hanoi and then down to Siem Reap. Southeast Asia, this is a lot of countries combined, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. Full month almost, 63.69 sharing plus air. They will match you with a homestay or with another person, I should say, or you can get your own room as well for a little bit more money. So multiple visas. I have a lady that did this last year. She absolutely loved it, and I can put you in contact with her if you're interested in more. Exotica, South Africa, Cape Kruger, and Victoria Falls. This is $65.99 per person double with air from Edmonton, or a single from Edmonton, $66.99 on January 21st to February 1st. So many dates are available, various prices, but you will see the key places, and then you'll still have some free time to explore on your own. There are cruises with solo cabins, and then river cruises, Viking, Amma Waterways, Avalon, Uniworld, Scenic, Emerald, Beer and Wine are always included. Wi-Fi excursions in each new port, sailing into the center of most European cities, have bicycles on board, anywhere from 120 to 190 people. No seasickness, no lineups, tour director, wellness host, more in-depth country experiences, and almost all-inclusive. So Rhine, Portugal, Danube, France, Egypt, and Mekong, and even Colombia now, river cruises. The most popular itineraries are the Rhine, and that's the one from Amsterdam to Basel or Basel to Amsterdam. And that has a lot of castles, as you can see in the picture here. Or the other one is Regensburg to Budapest. It's close to the middle of Germany and on to Budapest, or Budapest to the middle of Germany. I also suggest that you add Prague onto this itinerary. You can also do the complete Danube, which is Amsterdam to Budapest or Budapest to Amsterdam. Now, the Cunard Queen Elizabeth has solo cabins, and they are in the Caribbean this winter. So you might want to explore going on one of their February 19th to March 3rd, Miami return, $29.91 solo plus air, solo and outside cabin, $42.96. So lots of different options, but certainly very good pricing. Celebrity Ascent, solo cabin in Rome, Turkey, and Greece. 5605 Canadian plus air. No amenities. Alpine Christmas Markets Insight Tours, November 28th to December 6th, 8 days, 7 nights, 4144 per person or 5523 single plus air. This is a guided tour of France, Germany, and Austria's Christmas market. So really great, really unique to see. So if you're a shopper and you want to see something different for a change, this is plus their scenery, just gorgeous in the winter time. So ask me about that. There are other dates available as well. So plan your bucket list. It could be Thailand, Peru, Antarctica, Japan, Australia, Europe. Anything that I didn't mention today is because I'm looking at winter more than I'm looking at, let's say, next spring or summer. But we can book that well in advance. Cruises are available well in advance, and also pre-booking gives you the best pricing and also availability. It's in a small group tour. Sometimes there's only 12 or 16 people, so they sell out fast. So life is short. Take the trip, and please let me know if you're interested in something, whether it was on this video or whether it's something else that I didn't show today, because everything's available for you from me, and I can find the best deal for you. So that is it for our for the part of the presentation using my PowerPoint presentation. I really appreciate you watching this with me. And if you're interested in anything, 587-410-3765, or email me mweber with two B's, Webber at Trevello, TREVELLO.com. Thanks.